Alright, Shalom. Before I begin this video, all praise, honor, and glory goes into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, rule well and teach well, as well as the sincere salutations to the elder bishops, along with you brothers who are pushing this word, laboring all throughout the four winds of the earth, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. To you I say Shalom. And the title of this lesson is The Most Wicked Place to Ever Exist Will Fall. Right? Being Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to fall, in our lifetime. We know it as Babylon the Great. These people know it as America. This is Babylon the Great in the scriptures. You got the thumbnail in the background, which is basically New York City. The apple of Esau's eye, the international bankers. And it's beautiful through the spirit because, that's where the elder apostles of Great Millstone are bringing out the word. Because New York City, for a fact that New York City is basically the epicenter of not only Babylon the Great, but also the world when it comes to influence, when it comes to philosophies. New York City, the big apple, as they call it. Does everybody want to go to New York City? Which me myself, I've never been in New York City, but I just see pictures and it's like, damn, that place looks fucking wicked. It just looks wicked. It just looks like an evil society. That's how you know that we in captivity here. You can just look at Babylon the Great. You can see how this place is set up, and it's going to fall. Obadiah 1, and the point it is at 3, but I'm gonna just start at the top. The vision of Obadiah. So the Lord envisioned Babylon the Great being destroyed, right? This damn devil Esau, Edom, going into captivity. This is something that Obadiah saw. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. Right, so Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has set it up to where Edom is in the hot seat. Right, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Yeah, so this place, this great and marvelous place has been set up. It's finna come crumbling down by way of them missiles, and prior to that, warfare, infighting, gender wars, race wars, class wars, all right? When all this is going down, being in New York City, that's going to be intense. It's going to be intense all around Babylon the Great. It's just urban. The more urban you get, the more critical it is. You somewhere like The Purge. You watch the movie The Purge. The Purge in New York City would be, thousands and thousands of times worse than, somewhere like the middle of nowhere in Nebraska or something. Now, of course, middle of nowhere in Nebraska, it's going to be horrible, it's going to be bad. Yet, you can see that with all those people in New York, in New York City, it's going to be horrible, man. It's going to be absolutely horrible. Obadiah 1 and 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So the pride that's on you, you believe that you number one. All right, you believe that you're going to live forever, be on top forever. Have all the other nations serve you. Have the Israelites serve you forever, and you're the face of the Lord and the angels. You set yourself up to where you think you're going to rule forever. And that's not the case. This place has got to end. Okay? Obadiah 1 and 2, once again, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So everybody hates you. Whenever E come around, everybody get to huffing, smacking their teeth. You greatly despised. And how you set everything up is greatly despised. Now these other nations, they've been, crippled by your they've been crippled by your philosophies. That wine is just jacked their mind up. So now they angry. They ready to fight. And the Lord has held them back and is holding them back to a certain point. All right, we're waiting on that sea hip. Because that's going to be part of E trying to gain back control, is that sea hip. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, so in these high up, super executive buildings, you going in through the back door, some private way, and then you going all the way up to the, 150th floor. You got the whole top, which, if you ever look at that, these different lofts and villas, multi-million, and these Rothschild, Rockefeller, they got $800 million penthouse on top of a building. They have to ride helicopters from skyscraper to skyscraper. They think they live in large. Right, they high up. They got all these different sky apartments that they got, these big ass, Empire State building looking villas. Just amongst the people too. They say, oh, that's so and so's house. That's so and so's villa. He got 60 bathrooms. Servants. Like basically having your own giant hotel mansion to yourself. You got servants, you got, all types of individuals to help you out. They got their own hospitals. They got their own, everything. All right. And Esau Edom, while he's, ruling on this, and this is a low-level rulership, man. It's concrete, it's, plastics burning in the air. And then you can see just amongst, the people sprinkled there in New York City, you have these different guys who work for the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, who are, living decently. You might just be, walking through New York City and you just see a Bentley pass by. And that might be the guy who's an advisor to the assistant of, one of the Rockefellers, Rothschilds. So even they live in super lavish. A lot of them are related, by blood or related, by marriage, which which they're all related. They have these little intermarriages, interminglings. They're greatly despised. All right. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, because you've, just conjured up spells, and now you got the whole world thinking that you just this innocent people, that you just this innocent nation, when it's been revealed that you are the Edomites, you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. Starting off with the international banking families all the way down to you Joe six-pack Edomites. You so-called crackers. Obadiah 1 and 4. Salakia. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, yeah, fierce, driven, you determined, you merciless, just like an eagle. When you see an eagle, like a full-grown eagle, that's a scary animal to behold, man. Them eagles grow so big that it's damn near as big as a person. There's different videos that you can see, that eagle, man. Them eagles get huge. Obadiah 1 and 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Yes, so your whole plan is to escape judgment. This devil building things higher and higher. He got these different space stations. All right. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? And you finna be cut off with them missiles. Would they not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah, when you take some shit, you take it all. All right. How are the hidden things of Esau searched out? Through the Holy Spirit. How are his hidden things saw up? Through the Holy Spirit. Right? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakak Kodash is working with the prophets. So it's been revealed, and now it's known and being taught. See, these different things that we believe in and know in, and that we know is faithful and true. Right? We hold on to these things. We hold on to the fact that Esau Edom is the devil. It's not like you find out that he's the devil and it's something that you just forget about. No, that's something that we hold on to. Esau Edom, right, the so-called white man being the devil, that's one of the main pillars of this doctrine. That helps you to understand, when you read the book of Revelation, when you go into certain passages in the scriptures, you know who it's talking about when it's saying Esau Edom, right? That's a very important aspect, of this ministry, because you have so many people that say we don't know who the Edomites are. No, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we here at Great Millstone. We here at Great Millstone, starting off with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, we know who the Edomites are. You so-called white people starting off, with the so-called elite international banking families. They the ones who making the decisions as far as finance, war, right? All the wicked things that are taking place, Esau Edom is to blame. And the Lord set him up to be the wicked. That's why it's beautiful that the Lord set it all up to where this nigga is the wicked. We can blame him and say it's because of you. You the problem. You the thing that needs to be taken out. And that's the best part about the book of Obadiah. In my opinion, it speaks about, y'all as a nation being done away with. That's a beautiful day coming. All right, when we in them perfect bodies, and then after you get your ass beat to smithereens for 1,000 years, that's gonna be your walking papers. You're gonna get burned out of here. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Yeah, so they right there. They right on you. All these other nations that were, buddy with you and feared you, now they're going to be standing tall against you. The scriptures say, let the weak say I am strong. Let's get that. Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, so all these other nations, they went from kind of being relaxed and just being all about just being a heathen. And now they in a warfare mindset. Because when you look at Ishmael, when you look at Elam, a lot of their lifestyle is just chilling and ruling over the Israelites for Esau. Basically like a manager. They're basically like an assistant manager to the Israelites. Living a life of luxury. Basically being mini Edomites. Yet now they've taken all that money and influence and wealth and they've put that towards warfare. Towards coming against you. You taught them how to do this. You brought your ass over there, bombarded them, all these different places, blew them up, and then said, okay, here's this. All right, you get this system. Okay, I'm going to put this system in place. All right, now peace. So you taught them. You taught them the art of war, so now they're using it. All right, Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Yeah, so all the heathen is going to be against Babylon the Great, aka America. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Woo! The Lord gonna come with missiles, chariots, right? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Yeah, so the Lord has set that up. Pure judgment. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. And what comes to my mind is in the book of Amos, where he's looking at the bowl of summer fruit. We at the point where this is ripe. This place is ripe for the picking. Right? Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Yeah, so you only gonna get a little bit worse. You damn devils, you gonna have that C-hip. And best believe when these different devils get the C-hip, they're gonna be proud as hell. Proud as hell, because the Edomites, they're always the first to get things when it comes to technology. So they're going to be proud. They're going to be walking around doing shit with their mind. They're going to have I'm on Twitter right now, just using their brain. They got a C-hip in their brain. They got a C-hip in their hand. They opening up doors. They buying things. All right? People going to look at them and say, oh, that's what I want to be. Right? Which... him doing that, he's just being wicked. He's just doing what he do every day. He's the fucking wicked. It's you Israelites who are not supposed to be partaking in those things, man. We already expect Esau Edom to be the wicked and to be doing all types of, the perverse things. Yet we're telling the Israelites to turn back from sin, and seek out Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and to not take the C-hip. Because once you take the C-hip, that's it. You will be destroyed. All right, you will die from them thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles. Joel 3:14. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, using the prophets. It says, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, right? The elect, and the strength of the children of Israel. So that's who we lean upon. As all this is taking place, we're going to be leaning on the Lord. So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain, right? His separate nation. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. All right, and us being in this truth, this is us coming back to who we are, man. This is everything being built back up. And the kingdom coming, man. We gonna be, hey, when it's known that we are the Israelites, man, we gonna be running the show up under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Joel 3:19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation. All right, so this place is spiritually Egypt, Babylon the Great, shall be a desolation. So it's gonna be completely destroyed. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. So all the Edomites out of here are going to be destroyed. Right? And you're going to have those mega bunkers, deep underground military base, Edomites, these different international bankers that are going to get away for a moment. But then you just going to be in captivity. You're going to be the first one. You're going to be the first ones serving. You just preserve yourself a little bit just to be a slave anyways. And it says here, why? It says, for the violence against the children of Judah. Look what you did, man. Look at what you're continuing to do. Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation. Yeah, so rulership forever. No, it ain't going to be no overtaking. All right, you damn devils, you're going to be in captivity. You heathens, you're going to be in captivity. Joel 3:20, but Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Yeah, so right now, we getting deleted and beat and trodden down and stepped on. Yet the Lord is going to cleanse us with this word, make us whole, build us up, building us up by breaking us down with the scriptures, breaking us down and building us up, right? To eventually, right, it's going to be shown that the Lord is working with the Israelites. When we are in them perfect bodies, it's going to be 100% known. All right, these are the Israelites. It ain't going to be a guess. It ain't going to be nobody scoffing. No, these ain't the Israelites. No, it's going to be known. It's going to be known in that time who are the Israelites. When you heathens are in slavery, you going to know who put you in slavery. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And you going to know who's over you. The Israelites. And that's all the Israelites are going to be over you. Right? It's not going to be the 2/3 in the kingdom can't, beat your ass. No, you're going to be getting beat down by every single Israelite. The 2/3 going to be beating your ass too. It's just the elect are going to be the governing body of the kingdom of heaven. And then, of course, those who are the 2/3 are going to be born through the loins of the elect and just be perfect. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Going to be written in their inward parts. I'm going to just read them. because these are all, beautiful points being made. Job 38 and 36. Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Or who hath given understanding to the heart? Yeah, so giving us the ability to understand in our mind, that comes through the Holy Spirit. Psalms 51 and 6. Right, and this is plain. The way that we speak is plain. It's not something, something mega spectacular. It's all plain. Psalms 51 and 6. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. And he's revealing that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hashem Rakakudash is being revealed in us. It's our spirit understands who we are and who we serve, Not just our mind, our spirit. We know that we are the Israelites. We know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. And we know that the Rakakudash is the Holy Spirit. All right, Proverbs 20 and 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. And we use the scriptures as a we use the scriptures as a mirror. We use the scriptures reveal everything to us. Things we need to improve on, things we do too much of, things we do too little of, right? And we fix things, tweak things, do different things, all, seeking out Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Proverbs 20 and 30. The blueness of a wound cleanseth away evil. So do stripes the inward parts of the belly. And you got to go through certain things. It is what it is. That's part of the truth. This word, it cuts and heals. Isaiah 16 and 11. Wherefore my bowels, and let's just go down to I'll just read down then. Jeremiah 31 and 1. At the same time, saith the Lord, I will be the power of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. All 12 tribes of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness. All right, so we have this grace period right now, here in Babylon the Great to get it right. All right, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest, the Lord hath appeared of old time unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love, therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee. The Lord has us called, Lord's will, we are chosen, right? Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry. Right, being in this truth. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planters shall plant and shall eat them as common things. Okay, and this is a common thing. Being in this truth, it's a common thing. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, that's common. That's something we're constantly getting into. All right, only, those who are not of the elect, only, the 2/3, all right, only they blinded. The elect can see. Lord's will we be of the elect. It says, for there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our power. And the northern kingdom is getting into the truth. You seeing brothers, hey man, that's a beautiful thing. All right, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, you the northern tribe, the northern tribes. Jeremiah 31:7. For thus saith the Lord, sing with gladness for Jacob, for the Israelites, all right, nobody else, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel, the elect. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coasts of the earth. America, right? And gather them, the Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel, from, four winds of the earth. It says, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither, which is the elect. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of the waters in a straight way, right, the straight path, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattereth Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock, all 12 tribes of Israel. All right. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. All right. The other nations, chiefly Esau, Edom, got us in a damn rear naked chokehold. Like in MMA, you got the rear naked choke. That's when they behind you and they basically got you locked in. But what we gonna do? Through the Spirit, we gonna stomp down. If you got somebody who has you in a rear naked chokehold, you want to stomp their foot, right? So they probably gonna let you go. Do you want to turn around, get up behind them, right? Yeah, double leg. You can go for a double leg takedown, or you can get behind them, suplex them. Because he trying to choke us out with his weirdo doctrines and scoffing and all. And what are we doing? We scrapping through the Spirit. Everything he do, we coming back with the scriptures. Whooping ass with the scriptures, man. He can't take it. That's why ultimately he gonna be like, okay, let me get a C-hip going. Okay, it's obvious that I can't, take their minds. So let me just put a C-hip, in which the whole world is gonna face that temptation of, the C-hip. And the elect ain't gonna take the C-hip. The elect of the nation of Israel. All right? Jeremiah 31:12. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord, for wheat and for wine and for oil, right? Heavenly things, right? Getting into the scriptures. For the young of the flock and of the herd, and their souls shall be as a watered garden, right? Cleansed with the word. And they shall not sorrow any more at all. Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. So that's why you see brothers in this truth from the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, right? Which they'll tell you they're old men. All right, they've been at this for a very long time, man. And that's why they're worthy of double honors. It says, for I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them and make them rejoice from their sorrow. And I will satiate the soul of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, saith the Lord. Yeah, so we satisfied with this word. We don't need nothing else. We ain't looking for nothing else after this. Right? Thus saith the Lord. A voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rahel, weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children, because they were not. Thus saith the Lord, refrain thy voice from weeping and thine eyes from tears, for thy work shall be rewarded, saith the Lord, and they shall come again from the land of the enemy. So this is the land of our enemy. This is a place where we've been beaten. You know, we were in slavery here, right? And there is hope in thine end, saith the Lord. And thy children shall come again to their own border. Yeah, we going back. All right, we get Israel back. We going to get it back, you know, in complete order. It says, I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself thus. Thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Yeah. You know, so before, you know, we came into this truth, we're like a wild bull. All right. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art the Lord my power. Surely after that I was turned, I repented. All right. So putting on that yoke, repenting to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Right. It says, and after that I was instructed, I smote upon my thigh. Like, damn, you know, we went off. We were wicked. Right? You'll hit your own damn thigh. Like, damn, man, we turned against the Lord. That's why we in this predicament. That's why we all jacked up as a nation. We turned against the Lord, right? I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. Yeah, just thinking about it, like, damn, man. All the things that we did prior to coming into the truth, you know, we were going off. It says, Jeremiah 31:20, is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Yeah, so even though you so-called Puerto Ricans, you know, it seems like you just catching hell and going through what you go through, the Lord remembers you. You know, you are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith the Lord. So over there in Puerto Rico, you have some elect Israelites. Right? Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps. Set thine heart toward the highway, right? Being in this truth. Even the way which thou wentest, which that's where we pursued. You know, the Lord put the Spirit on us to pursue. Right? Take that straight gate. It says, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O Virgin of Israel. Turn again to thy cities. How long wilt thou go about, O thy backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, right? In this society, you have these women ahead in, you know, positions of power and whatnot. It's wicked. And that's one of the wickedest parts about being here, is that these women are in a position of leadership. Now, of course, you know, brothers in this truth, our woman ain't leading a damn thing, because we know they'll lead you right into a damn ditch. All right. Yet we know that in general here in Babylon the Great, it's a, you know, happy wife, happy life. You know, here it is. You got these guys, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Billionaires, Jeff Bezos, and you stuck with one wife, or you quote unquote get caught cheating. You know, that's a woman compassing a man. If here it is, you bringing home $100 million a year, and you still got to explain, you know, fuck out of here, man. This place is wicked. Jeremiah 31:23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel. As yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. The Lord, and we've constantly been put into the same predicament, going into captivity. This is our last captivity here in Babylon the Great, aka America, right? It says, the Lord bless thee, O habitation of justice and mountain of holiness, right? The Israelites, more specifically the elect, right? And there shall dwell in Judah itself and in all the cities thereof together husbandmen, right? The men that are in this truth, that they go forth with flocks, right? And that's how and why we have, you know, the different great millstone camps here in Babylon the Great and, all throughout the world. For I have satiated the weary soul. Yeah, he brought us back up, brought us back to full health. And I have replenished every sorrowful soul by giving us this truth. We not hopeless anymore, right? Upon this I awakened and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Knowing that the Israelites, they're going to make it, right? We're going to come back to who we are. We're going to make it. We're going to, Lord's will be of the elect, get beamed up, right? That's the conclusion. The elect of the nation of Israel is going to be saved. Jeremiah 31:27. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And that's where you get the tares from. You got these damn devils laying with Israelite women and making Edomite babies, because you are what your father is. So you got a lot of these guys who think they're Jakes, right? Because their mother is a Israelite and their dad is Edomite. So you think you a Jake? No, you are only an Israelite if you come from your father who is an Israelite. So we got a lot of tares out here, right? It says, and it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord. So it's the Lord on the left-hand side doing those things, throwing down, breaking down, destroying, afflict. And on the right-hand side, he's building us up. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, in those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape and the children's teeth are set on edge. Yeah, because we'll be perfect. No more suffering. All right, we'll be in our full glory. But every one shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Yeah, man. And with us being in that sinful nature, right? Falling away from the Lord. Now we're subject to die. Yet when the Lord saves his elect, we gonna live forever. Lord's will we be of the elect. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. And like the brother Gadal had brought up in the last camp, I believe, or the camp before that, all of the Israelites were saved that were in, the wilderness for that 40 years. The Lord brought all of the Israelites, through that, Red Sea passage. And they were, this time, only the elect is going to make it out alive, so to speak. Jeremiah 31:33, which is the point. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So he's going to perfect us. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. Yeah, so we not going to be in the kingdom having to put the garment on, go, to the chief place of concourse and have to bring out the word. That won't be necessary. It says, for they shall all know me. Yeah, so we going to know who the Israelites are. We going to know everything's going to be already set up, right? From the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity and I will remember their sin no more. So the Lord ain't going to constantly bring up, hey, remember when y'all used to go off in the kingdom? The Lord is not going to mention it one time. Hey, y'all remember when y'all, hey, from there, man, that's going to be so beautiful, man, just to be with the Lord, man, and blameless, man. Jeremiah 31:35, it says, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night. Yet, and going into the new moons, which is a Sabbath, the new moon, going into, the different feast days that we have, our different customs that are set up. That's our way of life. It says, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Yeah, so that's the difference between us and these other nations. The Lord loves us, and he set us up with laws, statutes, commandments, right? Our Sabbath, our customs. It says, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. All right, which is why we're in this position, yet the Lord is bringing us back. He's brought us back. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the city shall be built to the Lord from the tower of Hananeel unto the gate of the corner. We back. And the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the Mount Slakia, upon the hill Gareb, and shall compass about to Goath, and the whole valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes, and all the fields unto the brook of Kidron, unto the corner of the horse gate toward the east, shall be holy unto the Lord. It shall not be plucked up, nor thrown down any more forever. Get the kingdom back, man. Things gonna be perfect. No more pink cities, no more weirdo. It's so much wickedness that we don't even really go into. But it's all sorts of wickedness that's going on over there, in our homeland. They doing some wild, and because they know that that's our homeland, right? That's the Israelites' homeland. They doing it in opposition of us. That's why they do Pink City. They do all the weirdo activity. And that's another lesson that I need to go into, is just the wickedness that goes on over there, man. And this place is crumbling down, right? The Lord's going to get rid of this damn place, man. The Lord's going to set up his elect and have them headquartered in the land of Israel, and then spread throughout the whole universe, so to speak. The elect of the nation of Israel are going to be everywhere all the time. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. The nations, they're going to serve us. They're going to die as mortals, right? Yet they're going to see us do all these miraculous things, man, in those perfect bodies. Okay? That's coming. We're not going to get looked down on no more. Perfection is coming for, the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord's will, we be of the elect. All right, so with that, Lord's will, you are edified. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well and taught us his truth, as well as the sincere salutations to the elder bishops, along with you brothers laboring all throughout the four winds of the earth. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Barakathum, and to you brothers, man. And this shit is coming to a close. This C-Hip is coming around, right? And all hell is going to break loose. And it's going to end with the Lord coming back and saving his elect and destroying Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. All right, shalom.